Coming up on this edition of Peter's Principles, beating prostate cancer. Peter introduces you to two men fighting the disease. He also takes you through exercises that will help give you the strength you need to battle any illness. Then Peter takes you shopping to show you what foods are good cancer fighters. It's a show every man needs to see on this edition of Peter's Principles.
It's time to get fit. It's time to eat right. It's time to change your life with Peter's Principles. Welcome to a special edition of Peter's Principles, a show dedicated on changing your life through proper nutrition and exercise. Tonight I want to educate you on one of the most common forms of cancer. Prostate cancer will affect 1 out of every 6 men. Nearly 30,000 men will lose their lives each and every year. I personally have lost an uncle from prostate cancer, and my own father-in-law is battling disease on a daily basis. The statistics are mind-boggling, but there are things we could do right now when it comes to prevention. And women out there, listen up. Grab your man, put him right next to you, and make sure he watches this show, because it just might save his life. You have questions? This show is designed to give you answers. What is the prostate? It is a gland in the male reproductive system. Who is at risk for this disease? The most common risk factor is age. More than 70% of men diagnosed with prostate cancer are over the age of 65. And studies show that African American men have a higher risk of developing prostate cancer and dying from the disease. Harrison Blackman Jr. was diagnosed at 60 years old.
It was devastating, actually. I had not expected it. I'd expected that he would tell me that my prostate was enlarged and that we needed to treat it. And he had told me previously that it was treatable. So I was surprised and shocked, actually.
What are the symptoms for prostate cancer? For the most part, this cancer doesn't cause symptoms. That's why it is so important for men 50 and older to be checked annually for the disease.
Almost every prostate cancer should be detectable before it causes symptoms, either because of an elevation of the PSA level or someone feeling something abnormal in the prostate on a rectal exam. And so it's shifted in the last 20 years from 80 or 90% of our patients having symptoms when the cancer was discovered to 80 or 90% of our patients today not having any symptoms at all. And the most common symptoms our patients have, urinary flow problems, are often not even related to the cancer. They're related to just age and having a big prostate. And it's actually not that common nowadays, the way we discover cancers through early detection and screening, to see patients with symptoms.
Throughout this show, I'm going to be talking about the do's and don'ts when it comes to proper nutrition for you. We're going to start out right from the get-go with the don'ts. Medical science is linking obesity and high-fat foods with cancers, specifically prostate cancer. And they're foods such as your red meat, your bacons, your cheese, your hot dogs, things that have high fat, even your dairy products medical science is saying to stay away from. Zinc is a great mineral, but for people with prostate problems, the recommendation is no more than 15 milligrams a day. Another theory suggests that excessive fat, which can't be broken down in the body as cholesterol, stimulates the growth of testosterone and testosterone-like hormones, which further stimulates prostate cancer to grow. It is no surprise that countries with low-fat diets like Japan and China have far fewer cases of prostate cancer. I suggest you take Cliff's advice.
When you get to be a certain age, you've got to eat properly, sleep properly, drink properly, and everything else properly.
Exercise is critical when battling any illness. Coming up, I'll show you what you need to do to build up your strength. You also need to make sure you're hydrated. Just how much water do you need while exercising? The answer when we return.